What's going on, guys? It's Cal here from Buffalo SportsCenter. Today we have a very special guest in Chase McPhee. Again, all of his social medias will be in the description. A lifelong Lions fan. You guys probably already know who he is. Very famous on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all that sort of stuff. Today we're going to be previewing the big matchup between the Bills and Lions. Again, I think the national media had this at a 10 out of 10 game before last week. Now the Bills lost, so it might be down to like an 8.5 out of 10. But Chase, you know what question's coming. Are you dialed for this game?
I am so dialed, dude. I am so dialed. And let me just start off by saying, I don't know what else Josh Allen could have done last night. I mean, 6 touchdowns, over 370 something yards. I mean, what else do you want from the man? I mean, what else could he have done? Like, tell me as a Bills fan, what did you see that game? Like, I don't even know. I'm watching it. I'm like, this dude's a Superman. Like,
yeah, it's absolutely sickening, right? We have a defensive mind head coach in Sean McDermott, and every big game, our defense can't get a stop. And again, you look at games like the playoff game against the Chiefs a couple of years ago. You could look at every playoff game against the Chiefs. The defense doesn't get stopped, right? And Josh Allen just continues to prove that he's the MVP. I had this question lined up. So from someone outside of Buffalo, is Josh Allen the MVP, or are you leaning Saquon or someone else? I mean, where do you see it?
gosh, I mean, that game last night, you got to pretty much put him at the top spot. I mean, obviously Saquon's great. Coming from a Lions fan, Goff has had some unbelievable games. If I'm going to pick between Goff or Josh Allen to be my starting quarterback, you got to go with Josh Allen, honestly. But I got to give it to Goff. He's an amazing player this year, too. But, I mean, Josh Allen's got to be up there. Some of these plays Saquon's had this season, though, I mean, that hurdle, like, behind the back where he wasn't even looking, that was just ridiculous. But you can't look at one play. You got to look at the whole season. And, gosh, Josh Allen's just ridiculous, man. I think you got to give it to him.
Yeah, 100%. And again, the Bills have had kind of a shaky offense all year, but they've been able to get it done even without weapons. Again, they go out and get Amari Cooper. Let's shift to the Lions, though. Let's start talking about the Lions. Coach MCDC. I mean, this guy's got balls the size of my head. I mean, are you serious? The amount of crazy decisions he makes, and they all seem to just pan out. Again, you guys got to love him in Detroit. I mean, I look at him and I envy Detroit Lions fans because with Sean McDermott, he is the complete opposite. He doesn't take risks. He's a defensive-minded guy. He's got it done, right? So again, McDermott's my guy. I'll stand with him until he wins a Super Bowl or gets fired. But man, oh man, Dan Campbell is one fun coach to watch. What do you think of him as a Lions fan?
I mean, anytime I hear a speech from him, I just want to run through a brick wall. That's first and foremost. Some of his calls definitely scare me. Like, to be honest, that last game when we played the Packers and we went for it on 4th and 1 there at the end, I was kind of expecting, and I want to get your input on this. I kind of think that's why we got it, is because I think people were 50-50 on, like, they're just going to try and, make them off sides. They're not even going to snap it, because they did this. I forgot who they did this against. Maybe it was the game before. They did the same exact thing. They lined up, kind of go up quick, and then they do the motion, and then, they drew them off sides, and then the game's over. So I feel like some of the players in the Packers, they were not expecting them to go for it. They were kind of just not wanting to jump. So just that in their head, 4th and 1, they're going to just try and make us jump. They're not going to just fire off the ball, so that little split second, like, hesitation forced, I think, the Lions to get it. Because honestly, our run game was not good that game. We were getting stopped pretty well all game. I mean, we did have some insane, fourth and goals there. I mean, how many did we get? Like 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. But I mean, you live and die by it. We can be happy all right now, but if we didn't get that, this conversation is way different, So.
Yeah. It's a game of luck in a sense, but I completely agree with you where you go up on a 4th down, especially a longer 4th down. Like, you look at the Bills game against the Rams. The Rams go for it there in the 4th and 5 at the end of the game. I didn't think they were going for it. I think they're drawing them off sides. It's 5 yards. It makes complete sense, right? If you draw them off sides, it's 5 yards. You get the first down. If not, then you take your timeout, kick the field goal. Same thing goes for the Lions. The Packers were not expecting it, and all of a sudden you get that. You win the game. You kick the winning field goal. But again, it's tough because, you look at MCDC, right? He comes in, he's talking about biting kneecaps off. Again, you go to the laughingstock of the league, the Detroit Lions. And again, as a Bills fan, I know what it's like to be, in a drought. It's an absolute disaster. But the Lions, again, they had Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, Matthew Stafford in their prime, and they still could not get it done. So you go over there, you finish 3-13-1 in your first year. And all of a sudden, you guys are 12-1, first in the NFC. The NFC North is still tight with the Vikings right there at 11-2. Packers, you pretty much killed them off with that win. They're down to 9-4. But again, let's get into the Lions offense, though. I mean, you already mentioned Jared Goff having almost an MVP-like season.
Yeah.
Again, we all remember that video of his girlfriend or fiance or whatever it was celebrating that they finally won a game his first year. And, oh my, this guy can't lose a game now. He's just the perfect quarterback. He throws, he steps into every throw. He makes the right calls. He's not making dumb decisions. It just seems like he's the perfect guy there in Detroit, especially with all those young weapons on offense.
Absolutely insane. And, I think I was saying this to my dad the other day. I think the Lions running the two backs, Montgomery and Gibbs, I think that's going to put the draft stock up for running backs. A lot of running backs get overlooked. They're interchangeable. They're not getting what they should be paid, I think. So I think the Lions having this absolutely insane dynamic duo of, Gibbs and Montgomery, I think it's going to hopefully get these other running backs paid more. Other running backs coming in through college. I don't know if Genty is about to be winning the Heisman or if it's going to be Travis Hunter. Who knows? Football's all up in the air right now, especially with the portal and all that. But the Lions offense is just absolutely insane. And on top of that, gosh, I forget our wide receiver's name. Is just got his first touchdown of the season, I think, and he ended up getting 2. He's like a veteran. Yeah. What's his name again? Gosh. Cannot remember his name.
Have to think. But that
absolutely
offense is
insane. So I don't know. I think our downfall, honestly, is like our defense. Everyone knows that with all of our injuries and stuff. But at the same time, watching the Packers game, I saw so many dudes I've never seen before. And I'm like, who's this? Who's that? D linemen, linebackers. Mm-hmm. It's next man up. And that's, the mentality the Lions have. And I think that's what Coach Campbell preaches week after week is just next man up. We're here to play, so let's just get after it. And I think that's why we're at where we're at. Is just the mindset. I think that's what's changed for everyone, honestly.
Jahmyr Gibbs, he's over 1,000 yards on the ground already, and Montgomery right there in the 700s. I mean, that is as dynamic as you can get in a backfield. And you bring up next man up. That defense is banged up, and it's banged up pretty bad. Again, Adrian Hutchinson going down a few weeks ago, that was the biggest blow. Oh. But you look at some other guys on that defense who are injured. Brian Branch suffered some injuries. Khalif Raymond's been out pretty much the whole year. Malcolm Rodriguez, who is really stepping up there for a little bit, he's out now. DJ Reader, Josh Pascal, Taylor Decker are all out. And then Alex Anzalone, again, that's one of my favorite guys on that team. He is, kind of going through an injury, but you see that guy. That guy's the definition of aura on the field, right? That golden blonde hair flying around the defense. So, it stinks that the Lions are a little banged up going into this game, but you look at the Bills last game and that defense just getting carved up. This is going to be a matchup of the century. I cannot wait to watch this game. A potential Super Bowl teaser. I think everyone in the United States wants to see that. I know. Again, if the Bills lose a Super Bowl, I'd want it to be to the Lions, a team that, has gone through the same journey we have, gone through the struggles. It would make me feel a little better about the loss. Are you seeing this as a potential Super Bowl matchup?
Yeah, I could see that. And just like going off of what you just said, I would rather lose to the Bills than the Chiefs. I can't, I do not want to see the Chiefs win another Super Bowl until someone else does. Like, you guys have had all your wins. Let's get some other people in there. But yes, I could definitely see the Lions and the Bills meeting in the Super Bowl again. And hopefully everyone can stay healthy. Hopefully, both teams get some dudes back. I think the Lions have like 13 or 14 dudes on IR on the defense or something insane. Yeah. I mean, but it's next man up. Every team's got to step up. End of the season, everyone's dealing with injuries and, everything like that. So I would love to see both these teams again. And I was actually, because the game's at Detroit, I'm only an hour and a half away. I was looking at tickets. Holy crap. You can't get a nosebleed ticket for less than like $500, $600. It's absolutely insane. So I think everyone just sees how big of a game this is going to be. The place is going to be rocking. It's going to be absolutely nuts. I'm really pumped for it.
Yeah, Ford Field is sick. I had this one circled on my calendar all year long. Easy road trip from Buffalo, only like 5 to 6 hours.
Okay.
And I look at the tickets and it's like, you're not touching them. Even from week one in the season, I mean, tickets were already $200, $300. And now, like you said, $500, $600 if you want to be able to see a good range of the field. 1,000.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm settling for Foxborough in a couple of weeks. That'll be the road trip. Those
Okay.
tickets should be in the single digits.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
yeah, have you been to Ford Field? And if so, how many times? And like, what's the atmosphere like? Because obviously it was dead during that little drought period, but I see videos pregame, and I mean that place is bumping. And again, it's in a dome too, so weather's not going to affect anything. So it should be packed every game.
Yeah, so I actually haven't been to a game like recently, when the team is just thriving, which oh my gosh, I would love to. But I've been before, when people are wearing paper bags over their head, 0-16 Lions. That's never a good time. But honest, there you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
the Sabres fan, I got it right next to me.
Yeah, that's never a good time. And it's cool. I've been in there multiple times for, concerts and stuff. And it's an absolutely beautiful stadium, right across the street's Comerica Park where the Tigers play. Not too far, the Red Wings play. Absolutely amazing. And especially now, the NFL draft was just there. The city is just going crazy this year. And coming into the season, I was honestly very scared for the Lions because we have so much hype around us, so much to look forward to. And usually when that happens, the team kind of flips, just looking at the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, they're not even in the playoffs. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Rodgers is just sick of it and he's done this year, because they had so much hype around him. So I was pretty scared with the Lions, but they showed up. But I just hope and pray that, it's not just a one and done out in the playoffs. I hope we can, throw a run together and, hopefully meet the Bills in the Super Bowl. That would be absolutely amazing.
I mean, I could not wait for that game if it happened. Again, as a Bills fan, I know what you're saying. I don't want to be one and done. The Bills have yet to get to that Super Bowl. Again, they got to the AFC Championship a couple of years ago, but got blown out by the Chiefs as always. And it's just, again, it's tough for both of us. We haven't seen much success. And again, it's kind of the opposite, though. Like you're saying, all the pressure was on the Lions because they were supposed to be that good. Yeah. People came into the season saying the Bills are going to finish third in the AFC East, which I thought was an absolute joke. But again, finishing first and clinching last week, I was not expected whatsoever. Again, like you said, the Jets, just a miserable season there. Again, as someone, I don't hate Aaron Rodgers, but, when he went to the Jets, I kind of had to flip my viewpoint on him a little bit because I'm not going to root for a guy in the division. As far as the Dolphins go, I'm a big Tua fan. I think he's just like, one of the most likable players in the league. As far as everyone else on that team, not so much at all. And then the Patriots, again, Patriots fans have been very good to Bills fans the last couple of years. They've kind of almost been rooting for Bills fans, which is very ironic because they just kicked our ass for the last 20 years. So yeah, it's been a tough run for both of us. Let's finish this video up with some predictions for this game. What do you got score prediction wise?
Gosh, I think just like, the Bills and Rams game, it's going to be a very high-powered, offensive-driven game. Both defenses aren't looking the hottest. The Lions are banged up. The Bills just got kind of tossed around by Matthew Stafford, an ex-Lion there. So, gosh, I'm going to have to say a pretty high-scoring game. What is the line on it? Do you know the line?
Okay, Lions -2. Lions favored by 2 here.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, so close game. Vegas seems to always know exactly what's happening. I mean, they're always so close. Gosh, I'm going to have to go 42. What the Bills just scored, but I'm going 42 Lions.
Okay.
35 Bills.
Okay. See, I'm going to go.
Okay. Yep.
I'm going to go very close to that. I'm going to go 40-35, and I think the Lions take this one because that Bills defense got carved up. Again, the Bills are in a situation where they're almost out of the running for the 1 seed. It's going to be very hard to see the Chiefs lose 2 games and the Bills win out. I had this one circled as a loss all season long for the Bills. Again, we just got carved up playing zone coverage. That's all we do on defense is zone coverage. A guy we haven't talked about this video, Amon-Ra St. Brown, just eats zone coverage alive. Sam Laporta is an absolute stud on that offense as well. And the Bills' run defense is terrible, and the Lions have a very good run game. So I'm right with you there. I think the Lions take this one, but it's going to be a fun one, and anything can happen. It's the NFL, right?
Anything can happen, man. And I'm praying, that Ben Johnson stays with the Lions again. I doubt, I was surprised he did this year. I'm hoping he does again, even if we win or lose the Super Bowl, who knows, but I'm excited for this game. It's going to be absolutely unreal.
Couldn't agree more. Again, thank you guys for watching this video. Check out Chase. All of his social medias will be in the description of this video. Be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Have a good one, guys, and peace out.
Peace.